All right, so for our next step, we need to transfer our image onto our paper. Okay, so for this, you're gonna need just a medium to a light Crayola color marker is fine. Any washable marker is good, so don't go using those like super fancy alcohol ink-based markers. So I'm just gonna be using this peach beige tan color, and you are going to color over the whole thing. Now, because this is styrofoam, it's actually gonna kind of like sit on the top, so you gotta be careful where you're putting your fingers, all right? And this is what's going to help us understand whether or not our image is gonna print well. So I'm just gonna kind of start, and using this edge is gonna work a lot better. You can go right over your areas that you've pushed in, because hopefully you push it in deep enough that you're lightly coloring across the top is not gonna make a huge difference. Okay, now you might also notice, oh no, I have like fingernail marks or something. And that's because you weren't careful. So you might have to go in and try to figure out how that's gonna work with your image. All right, so I'm slowly getting towards my finger over here. I have to be careful, turning. All right, okay, so my plate is colored, and now I need my paper. And if you want to practice on just printer paper or something first, that is just fine. You should have 10 sheets in here, and you only need 6 total to turn in. So, but I am going to be using just paper towel and water for this. You can use a sponge or a rag, but we need to get this wet. Okay, now not so wet that it's dripping, so I'm going to squeeze out that excess there. Now the goal to get our paper wet is it's going to have like a slight shine to it, but not so much so that like you can see, oh yes, this is such a damp piece of paper. Okay, and you'll notice I'm going kind of all just in one direction. Ooh, tore my paper towel there. And then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to go the other direction. It looks like I've been talking too much, so my thing actually dried up a bit. All right, and now I'm going to carefully pick up my plate, and I'm just going to put it down on my paper. Try to center it as best you can, and then you're just going to push. All right, nice even pressure. Don't use your fingernails, okay? Because that's just going to scratch things up. And if you're confident, you can flip it over. I'm not terribly confident today on this one, so I'm not going to try. Plus, I'm not really near the edge of my table. All right, and now that my paper's kind of drying, I can just take it off. And so it looks like I didn't put enough water up here. So like you can see that didn't transfer. So next time I'm going to have to put some more water on my paper. Okay, so I'm gonna try it again, and you know what? I'm gonna try it with a slightly different color because this one's a little hard to see, so it might be kind of hard to see for you, but now I'm just gonna try it again. All right, so this one transferred a little bit better than my last one. I chose to do it on printer paper this time just so that I had some extra leftovers. But so up here I did a better job with my water, but I got these little lines, and that's from my marker. So I got to be careful with that when I move on to my actual final product. So now would be the time to look at your one color print and see if there's anything that you need to add or make the lines deeper or anything that needs to be changed, because after this we're going to move on to multicolor.